You may be driving home, you may be just working up. In this video, I'm going to be talking about your actions that help you get the right results. Success is about focusing on the right actions that leads to the results you want. If you skip the inputs and focus on the wrong outputs, you'll keep spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. So last night I was watching, no, I was on school platform, and this guy, he's doing 100 days of advertising. And I was reading his story, and he mentioned a lot of key things, that he's feeling down, money's not coming in, no calls are being booked. And it's around the day, I think he's like day 90 out of 100, which is very impressive. But life is catching up to him. As they say, life is lifing. And I kind of felt the same way he felt with what he's going through. It's like nothing is just hitting. It's you get to that point where you do all this work thinking that people are gonna buy, and then they don't buy. But knowing that me and him are sharing the same, we're going through the same thing, I was like, So I replied and gave him some words of encouragement to hopefully boost his confidence, and keep pushing him. The last line that he wrote was, anxiety is a sign for you to do more inputs. When I read that, a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, what in the world is this guy talking about? So I went down a rabbit hole with the school games and seeing what other people put for inputs. Inputs leads to outputs. Outputs is a result of the inputs, meaning what you do will lead to what you want. And if you don't do it, guess what? You don't get those results. So for me, it was that moment where it said, whatever it is that you want, if you're not great at it, you're going to have to do more work of it, which is fine. Because the moment you get good at it, guess what? Then you get to reduce the amount of times that you're doing that thing. And you find a better process on how to do it. So from me watching that or seeing that one little sentence, and then going down that rabbit hole, I started watching some videos of other people that are going through those issues. Where it's like, hey, I want to make more, but it's my output is not converting. It's because you're not doing enough input. If you want to lose weight, and let's say it starts with, if you want to lose weight, you start with your diet. It's what you're inputting to see what you're going to get out of it. If you want that chiseled body, that hourglass shape, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to change your diet. You're going to have to exercise. You're going to have to sleep more. And it was like such an easy answer, but at the same time, it seems so difficult to actually do. And you may be going through something where you're like, damn, I don't know what to do. And listening to some audiobooks and some courses, online courses, it said, if you have a problem, ask better questions. Ask yourself, why am I not doing what I should be doing? Like messaging people on a daily basis. And keep digging down until you find the root of the problem, which many people don't do. When you can figure out what the root of your problem is, then you can try and find a solution or execute the solution. Think of yourself like a scientist. Scientists don't say, damn, this is not working, and then give up. They keep going and going until they find a cure. And that's what you need to do for yourself. You keep just pushing and pushing. What is it that you want to accomplish? Whatever it is that you want to do, it's just the actions that you have to take towards it. You maybe heard someone say, what is your goals? And you say, I want to make $1 million. And then they say, okay, work backwards. And you're like, what the hell does that mean? They're giving you the secret sauce. Working backwards. You figure out what you need to do to lead up to that output of $1 million. What are the little inputs? Not even the big input, because we say $1 million and think, okay, let me go from zero to $1 million. No, your approach should be, okay, how do I go from 0 to 1? 1 is the loneliest number, but it's also the most powerful number. Reason being is once you get that over that 1 hump, things start to change for you. You start to build confidence. You say, okay, I have a shot at this. And you can build momentum from it. It's like pushing a snowball to make a snowman. That moment you get some snow and it becomes that little ball that's like this big, and you start to roll it, you're like, yeah, I can do this. And that's what you need to do for yourself. Treat yourself like a snowball and you're making a snowman. Just keep pushing it until it gets bigger and bigger. Don't worry about the problems that come later. We're always trying to think, okay, we're always trying to be ahead of the curve. How about you just start pushing to get to that point, right? When you get to that point, now you can reevaluate. Okay, I got this far. What can I do now? How can I make this better? What else could I do? That's when you start to think about it. Not before. When you start thinking before, that's when all the wrong things start coming to your head. What if this doesn't work? What if this happens? What if that happens? Will they laugh at me? Who cares? Just start. People are laughing at you because you never started. You're always talking about it, but you never do it. You just got to go out there and push. Say, all right, it's my time now. It's my time to shine. Let's get the ball rolling. So, I got some steps for you guys that you could do as well. Make actionable steps. What are the actions that you're going to take to get to that first hump? You need to... What if you feel too old? Who cares if you're too old? You just got to start. It doesn't matter what age you're at. You know what? Colonel Sanders, KFC, if you don't know who he is, Google KFC, the founder of that. And he didn't make his first million, or he wasn't successful till he was 81. Your time will come, but you can't call your time. Sometimes we want it tomorrow, but tomorrow's not coming. You just have to be patient. Play the long game. You stick with your patience and you just keep watering your plants, doing your inputs, you will get the output result. There's a saying that people say, it's not the end goal, it's the journey leading up to the end goal. That's the fun part. That's when the magic happens. Enjoying your journey. Because when you hit that end goal, you're like, now what? What do I do? You got to start a new journey. And if you don't like the process, it's never going to be fun for you. It's always going to seem like hard work or torture. That's what you need to do, is to stop thinking that way. You need to become positive in the things that you're doing. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm grateful that I at least started, because if I didn't, I would have regretted not starting this. So many people die in regret of not just trying that thing because they were too afraid to take a chance and make mistakes. That's where all the magic happens, the mistakes. Mistakes help you figure out what not to do. Like Thomas Edison with creating the light bulb. He said, I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways not to create the light bulb. And guess what? If he didn't continue, guess what? We wouldn't have this. We wouldn't have light because of his 1,000 failures. Imagine you failed at something 1,000 times and then you discovered the next best thing to slice bread. You would make a shit ton of money. So don't be afraid to go out there and make mistakes. Take those actions. Whatever comes to your mind, start today. Don't wait. See what happens. Get feedback on yourself. Take notes on what you did and revisit it once a week, or maybe at the end of the day, and be like, hey, after I did this, I noticed this happened. And if you keep doing that on a daily basis, weekly basis, you're going to see change. And that's what you want, change, right? So you got to just keep fighting for yourself. Don't give up. Keep going. As I say in my other videos, I believe in you. That's all you need. You need to start believing in yourself. I believe in you, so that's 2 people now. Go out there and just try. Also, if you're liking this content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But going back to what I was saying about the getting those results, you need to also measure what it is that you're doing. If you don't track what you're doing, you can't measure your results. So make sure you find a system that you can use to track what it is that you're doing. And over time, you're going to see the results. Nothing stays the same if you keep trying and trying. They call it iteration. That is the word a lot of people use when they're trying to get better and better at something. They call it iteration. The more times you do something, the better you're going to get at it. So that wraps up today's video. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you on the next video.